And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a reprint of a game that I loved when it first came out, and now a nice new deluxe style version from Osprey Games, Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space. I already enjoyed this game. We're going to be taking a closer look at this new version of it. If you've never heard of it, here we go. Each player is given one of these booklets here, which is going to have different maps. All players have to decide simultaneously which map they're going to choose. So let's say we pick the basic map here. Each player then is given a card to show whether they are an alien or whether they are a human. Pretty obvious. Blue humans, red aliens. You'll have as even as a number as you possibly can. When you get these, you can play without special powers, or you can have a special power for each alien and human, which are mentioned on the back of your books for easy reference. This is a really nice book, and just like it shows you all the different things that you can do over the course of a game. Players are going to take turns, and on your turn, you're going to be moving. The aliens are all going to start at one spot. So in this map, the aliens are starting here, and the humans are starting here. But when you move, it's secret. You'll have to write your moves in your book here. So let's say I was a human player, and I decided my first move would be to M09. Then I would simply write that up here in number 1, M09. Alright, and that's how I know where I'm going, and I'm going to keep track. The humans have till 40 turns to try to get out one of the different doors here. And even if they make it to that door, it's not a guarantee. They'll draw a card here, and the door might be open, but it also might be closed and sealed, and they can't get out that way. So human players are trying to get out. The alien players are trying to catch them. Everyone's moving secretly, though. And when you move, now humans can only move one space. An alien can move 1 or 2 spaces on their turn. When you move, if you move into a white zone, then basically you just say silent sector. Nothing happens. And everyone knows that you're in a white zone. If you move into a gray zone, that's a dangerous sector, and you're going to draw a dangerous sector card. Now sometimes the dangerous sector cards will show a green symbol. And when that happens, you can say any coordinate you want. I could say I'm in K05. Now I probably won't do that. I'll probably say when it's near me. You can even say the truth if you want to. But if you draw a red one, then you've made a misstep and you must say exactly where you are. If you draw a white card, you say silence in all sectors. Now, if you're playing the basic game, you just keep those cards in front of you. If you're playing the advanced game, some of the cards are also an item, which only human players can use items. Well, unless you play with a special power, some of the aliens can use items. And so, like, I might be able to attack an alien. So human players have an advantage getting these items, but even if you get this card, which isn't an item, you still put it in front of you when you say silence in all sectors, because players will think maybe you do have an item. Even aliens, though they can't use items, will still collect them and put them in front of them. So players are moving secretly around a map, telling people where they go, or lying about it, depending on the cards they draw, but you don't know what cards someone's drawn. So if someone draws a card where they have to tell the truth, they just discard it. They tell the truth and discard it, but you don't know if they drew that card or if they drew a card that allows them to lie. Now, if you're an alien player and you think you're on somebody else at the end of your turn, you could say, I'm attacking a spot. You might say, I'm attacking 009. And if there is someone else there, you kill them. Even if it's another alien. If it's another alien, they're dead. If it's a human, they're dead. And then the human will come back to life as an alien. In fact, if an alien kills a human, that alien from now on can move 2 or 3 spaces. They can go even faster, but they don't. You don't go faster when you kill each human. Just only the first human gives you that extra boost. So any human who manages to escape wins. And aliens win if they kill all the humans. And if all the doors get locked or 40 turns run out, the aliens win. And so that's basically how the game plays. The maps support different number of players pretty well. You can see some maps are super small and really fast games to play through. Other maps will take longer. Some maps have a symmetrical size. You can see this one here does not. And so there's different things going on. That is how you play the game. Now, I've already spoiled the fact that I love this game. I loved it originally. In the original version, you wrote on paper.
This new one has flip books with erasable markers in them, and that is such an amazing idea. You can play over and over again, and there's 8 different maps. It's great. But folks, the components here are fantastic, with the exception of the cards. I wish they'd put white borders on the cards. I know the black is very thematic and all, but it's really important that you not know if someone's an alien or not, and therefore it's pretty critical to have those cards not get messed up at all. So I have to sleeve mine just so that doesn't mess those up. But the game itself brings such a tension that I haven't seen in almost any other game, where I'm sitting there going, oh, okay, and people are reading out numbers of where they're at, and you're like, are they close to me? Are they lying? That's kind of close to me. Are they an alien? And if you're the alien, you're sitting there going, all right, I don't want people to know I'm the alien too early. I got to be careful. I'm going to move slowly, because if I move too fast, people know I'm the alien and they'll run for the exit. Really neat. Now, I prefer to play the full game where you have the items in the deck and all that, because that gives the humans a fighting chance back. And I also like the special powers each person has, because like the alien can use one of the items and stuff like that. That's just really neat. The game is not complex at all. It doesn't have a problem that many of these games have, where if you mess up and you say the wrong thing, you can mess everybody else up. So you got to be very careful when you're going to call out the answer. And you have to tell the truth. You better tell the truth properly so that the game works well. But just at whole, this is a neat concept, because you are simply marking things down and drawing a card and reading out a number, and yet it brings this tension. And it's hilarious when one alien kills the other alien. Oh, not for the alien who got killed, but that whole time you're sitting there and you're like, he didn't catch me. And then they're like, I attacked this spot. And you're like, what? Amazing game in that regard. It brings the Alien movie, not the second one, the Alien movie. It brings it to a board game, because you're sitting there the whole time and you have that. And I very rarely feel fear, like real fear, in a board game. And this one I do, because I get so into the game. And the great components from Osprey help bring that to life with the pad and all that. Love it, love it, love it. Cannot recommend this one enough. Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space.
Dice Tower Judgment, amazing, and into my collection.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.
Yeah?